Welcome to Bible Sense Broadcast. This is Bishop Silas, Kanali of Lifegate Churches in Kenya. It's good to have you today as we discuss about guarding the place of Christian worship, otherwise called the church. The church, in this sense, the place of worship, is a holy place. Is a place where we gather for a particular reason. Jesus, in one of his travels, he entered the place of worship and found the people have turned it into a den of thieves and robbers. They were selling and buying. And he was furious with them. He chased them out and said a statement that I will want us to begin with. In Mark chapter 11, verse 17. He said, "My house shall be called the house of prayer for all nations." And the place of worship is still the house of prayer for all nations. All nations means all tribes, people of all classes, people from different backgrounds. The house of prayer is a place for them. But we find a difference during such like a time, the time of elections, the time of politics, that this place is turned to a place of fightings, is turned to a place of fundraising, is turned to a place where vote handers come to hand for votes. We must guard the place of worship. I address you directly, man of God, the preacher of the gospel. Do not allow the house of God to be a place where people come to advance their own interests in the name of wanting votes. Not in the house of God. In the house of God, people of all political parties are invited. In the house of God, everyone must come. And when you turn that place to be a place where you're advancing your ethnicity, a place where you're advancing your greed, a place where you want to reap where you have not sown, you have spoiled the piety of the place of worship. Three things gets me hot. It gets me mad. One, when the house of worship turns to be a place where we advance tribal leanings. You come from somewhere. You speak a particular language. But ethnicity is more than from where you're coming, is more than the language you speak. It is the biasness that is identical with the place where you come from. It is the superiority, looking at other tribes as not as holy as you are. Looking at other tribes being closer to God than the others. This is evil. It is not godly. It is not biblical. Secondly, is greed. You will find it most common in Kenyan society that during a time of politics, a time of election, this is a time that churches begin to organize fundraisers. Not because they need it, but to milk those who are going for office. It is a bad thing. It is avarice. It is greed. It is not holy at all. If God calls you, God will provide. And God doesn't have to use these politicians to build the church. He doesn't have to use these people to build you. God has a way, and He will bless you if you keep the place of worship holy and a place respectable for all. Please, I beg, let the house of God remain the house of God. Thank you for listening to me. I will talk to you another time. My number is +254 723 481 536. You can call me and we can have a discussion.